This is the award winner sencha from Miyazaki, Japan. I'm using about 5 grams for this tea, and I'm going to use Kyushu. So if you look at the leaf, what makes this one amazing is this one is very consistent, even though they are machine picked, but you can see the shape, the length are very consistent, and there's barely any stems. For like competition, it's important to look pretty, but often that doesn't really mean anything. So I never really care about competition, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, the tea has to taste good. Because if the tea doesn't taste good, then who cares how many awards they won? But this one actually does taste good, so that's why I'm very excited. A lot of time the competition in Japan is like around November, I believe, like at the end of the year. Often a lot of like competition award tea, they tend to be very limited. They tend to just create it just for the competition. Every competition is slightly different. Usually you're gonna pay more, but this particular farm doesn't really charge me extra, so I'm very happy. They don't have a lot, but the fact that I'm able to buy a few kilos of this tea, that's pretty amazing. So usually, if I can buy enough, that means that tells me something. They probably already kind of making this tea regardless. They're not trying to make the tea just for the competition, but because they're already making it and they're just going to submit and see what the judge say, and then they want an award. For me, in a way, that just show the quality of the farm. Like, you know, I'm gonna submit it. If we want, great. If we don't, who cares? You know, good quality is good quality tea. Be careful, because sometimes you might be buying competition award tea just for the competition, and you're gonna be paying a lot more expensive for that reason, right? The fact is, this is like very affordable. It's what's make it incredible. 170 or about like 70 degree. A lot of high quality Japanese tea, usually you want to use a lot lower temperature, but this time I want to do something different. So normally you do about 130 to 140 and you steep it about 2 minutes, like 3 grams to 5 grams of tea. This time I'm doing 5 grams, very high quality, but I don't want to use lower temperature. I feel like this tastes better with around 160 to 170, okay? So make sure you heat up your pot. I'm actually going to measure how much water in this teapot they can hold. I believe it's like roughly about 200 milliliter, but I have a scale here, so we're gonna test that out. So that way, for those that wants to be really accurate with the amount of the water that I put, I can tell you exactly, right? And always be gentle. Oh, turn on the timer. Japanese tea is the only tea that I use a timer more often than not. Hey, look at that, it's about 200 milliliter. So I was spot on. This is 200 milliliter. Right, 60 seconds looks perfect. I love the color. So 40 seconds probably will be a bit too light. So about 1 minute. 1 minute, 5 grams, 200 milliliter. Beautiful. This is the color that you want, vibrant green. I'm actually going to use a bigger teacup. What I really like about this is the aftertaste. It has this sensation that just keep giving to you. It's like this warm sensation, but at the same time, it's cooling at the same time. When it enters your body, it actually feels cooling. Energy of the tea feels very warm on your tongue, but it's at the same time, it's cooling for your body, if that makes sense. Zero bitterness, fresh vegetable, fresh cut vegetable. Feel like it's a fresh spring green kind of smell. Like, I don't want to say cabbage, because even though there is this texture of a cabbage, but it's much more delicious than a cabbage. And the umami notes is there, but it's not too pronounced, and which is great for people that do not like that salty seaweed notes, but it's there. And it balances really well with this sweet vegetal notes, which is easily something that you drink every day, but it's like premium, like really premium everyday tea. Very easy, right? 5 grams, 200 milliliter, 1 minute. And I've tested this with like gyokuro style with like 140, and it does get really umami. But I feel like I have other sencha that is a better quality when it comes to the umami notes. And this one also a blend, different cultivar. It's usually 2 things. Either the farmer just we don't know what to do with it. We'll just, we'll just mix whatever that doesn't sell. Or they're trying to achieve consistency because a lot of like a big company, they need the consistency, and environment are not consistent. Harvest season always change. The amount of rain is always changed. So often they have to use different blend to achieve consistency. And often they're about the same cultivar. The percentage might change. And with the particular this one too, they play with 5 different cultivar, and out of these 5 cultivar, they will like pick 3 every year. So it's not exactly going to be the same, but if the blender are very good at it, you can achieve like really, really interesting flavor that single cultivar cannot. Now, I personally only drink single cultivar. Only once a while I will like a blend, because I always feel the tea, to show the quality, the single cultivar means is it has a better weather, and you can't control weather. So there's some kind of appreciation over like what you're getting. That next year the weather might not be the same. So for that reason, it feels very connected to nature. So I like that about single cultivar. So even though it's not as consistent, but I have some kind of appreciation with that. Now, if you find a blend cultivar like this one that is really good, then the appreciation is more on the skill of the tea master, the tea blenders, right? And this is a great blend, and normally I don't really care too much about a lot of the blend sencha, even if they can be better than single cultivar, right? But this one is just exceptional. This is just really, really refreshing. I really recommend you to try this one. I've tried this tea many times already, so I already play with different teaware, different temperature, and this is how I like it. It's not super strong. I don't want it to be too strong. I want it just enough strength that it kind of fill my mouth with the right texture, with the right sweetness, the right bitterness, the light, and it just makes your throat feel really good. So I really, really like this. Let's try the second infusion. This tea is also part of the May Tea Club. Unfortunately, the tea club is closed right now for everybody else, but you can buy this tea on the website, right? A second infusion. So I'm going to brew this half the time. So I'm gonna do this about 25 to 30 seconds. And you have to remember to include the timing of you putting the hot water into the teapot and pouring it out as well. So which means right now is right about time. And even like how fast you pour this, it will be depends on your teapot. Some teapot will not have like the flow of the tea will not come out as well as this one. So you have to make sure that you really, really know your teapot. Almost identical color, that means the flavor is going to be still very good. So I'm going to try to drink this right after I finish this one. Oh, I feel good immediately. This is a great tea, great tea. You have to be able to drink so much tea to really be able to tell the difference sometimes. Normally with sencha, the second infusion just drop in quality so much, but this one is actually just give you different layer that I wouldn't even think the first is better or the second is better. This is like equally good. The aftertaste is very sweet. This is perfect for people that do not like that umami saltiness. So good. This is very sweet, really, really sweet. It's definitely a little bit melony, honeydew, almost like a younger honeydew. Second brew, I don't know. It's exactly, I mean, it's equally or better than the first infusion, which is incredible. Now I'm actually curious to try. I'm curious to try the third infusion. And normally with sencha, usually you start low temperature and you raise the temperature accordingly to like how many infusion. And I did the same temperature first and second, but I had a feeling I should raise it by like just 10 degrees and brew it much quicker, which means goes in, goes out. So actually I'm going to raise it to 185. Okay, I'm going to raise the temperature to 185, and we're going to see if I can get the third infusion still that good. All right, third infusion goes in and goes out. This time I don't even fill it up to 200 milliliter. I would say like roughly about 180. All right, goes in, goes out. The higher the temperature, the quicker you have to brew them. Third brew still looks very impressive. Also, if you're going to drink your tea later on, I like to open up the lid to let the steam out, you know, so that you don't constantly cooking the leaf. So kind of make that habit. Now it's a lot hotter now, so we gotta be a little bit more careful when you drink them. Still very good. Very, very good. Now, it's degrading slightly, but still very good, right? This is still like an 8 out of 10. Excellent. Definitely, if you want to try an affordable award winner sencha, definitely give this tea a try. It's available for limited time only, and the reason why I say it's limited time because the blend's changing, and who knows if this company is still gonna win the tea award this year, right? So give it a try. If you love a good green tea from Japan, or if you love a really good sencha. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to be in Japan very soon. So if you want to see what I will do, what I will find in my trip, definitely subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on the notification bell. That way, and also please, if you click like or just if you just put any comment, YouTube will recommend my video to you even more often. And by doing that also, then YouTube will see that the video is liked by a lot of people, and then will recommend to more people. That way it can help grow my subscriber, and at the end will only help find more amazing tea. If you love amazing tea, definitely please do that for me. Anyway, my name is Leo. See you again until the next video. Bye guys.